When the US imperialists and their stooges were clamoring for a war to crush socialism in Korea, Kim Jong Il, Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, ordered the whole country into semi-war state. In the confrontation against the United States, it led the people to get everything prepared to take the initiative in countering whatever provocation by the enemy. In Moore, who defended his faith without yielding to all sorts of torture and appeasement in prison in South Korea for 34 years, is embraced by socialist motherland by Kim Jong Il. This is a great victory of the Korean people. Korea's victory in the confrontation against the United States was a historic event that elevated to the highest the international prestige of Juche Korea, which is under the leadership of President Kim Il-sung and General Kim Jong Il. Korea proved itself to be a great power of ideology, a great power of politics, and a great military power. Korea, which has always been victorious and glorious, sheds brilliant rays all around because it is led by Kim Jong Il, successor to President Kim Il-sung. The unexpected death of President Kim Il-sung, the great father of the Korean people, was the greatest loss of the Korean nation and mankind, as well as their greatest misfortune. When the whole nation was grief-stricken, Kim Jong Il, who was more sorrowful than anyone else, shook up the people. He made a Kumsusan Memorial Palace, the sacred temple of Juche, and placed President Kim Il-sung there to be immortal. He thus fulfilled the earnest desire of the people who yearned for the president. The great leader, Comrade Kim Il-sung, will always be with us, and let us arm ourselves more firmly with the revolutionary idea of the great leader, Comrade Kim Il-sung. These slogans, raised by Kim Jong Il, inspired the grief-stricken people and soldiers with redoubled strength and courage. Supreme Commander Kim Jong Il visited soldiers at the front in pursuit of army-centered politics to safeguard the red flag of revolution which symbolizes whole life of President Kim Il-sung. The Supreme Commander was at the front when the imperialists and other enemies were clamoring that Socialist Korea would hold down the red flag. When asked whether they will surrender and live as slaves of imperialism or will fight and keep the honor of the Guards, the soldiers answered as follows: "Great General, it is our honor whether we live or die in the fight under your command." Kim Jong Il was among his soldiers on festivals, holidays, and even on his birthdays. He crossed and recrossed the steep and high Cholyang Pass, catnapping and eating rice balls on his trip to the units at the front, evolving protean strategy and tactics in a deep tunnel in the north one day and on a high hill at the front another day. On his endless journey of field direction, the Supreme Commander teaches the men the Juche-orientated strategy and tactics, inspires them with the strength of a match 400 force, and encourages them to keep national defense impregnable. Saying that the Supreme Commander can exist only when there are his soldiers, he takes loving care of them as if they were gold green. Supreme Commander Kim Jong Il takes pleasure in staying with the officers and men of the People's Army. Saying that nothing should be spared for the soldiers, he instructs that good meals should be provided for them and that bean sprouts should be supplied regularly. Showing endless love and confidence in them, he leads the soldiers, the sons and daughters of workers and farmers to become heroes. Because the officers and men of the People's Army who safeguard your Supreme Commander with their very lives, entrusting their destiny and future to him, defend the country, socialist career is impregnable. Under the guidance of the Supreme Commander, the merited chorus of the Korean People's Army encourages the army and people with barrage of songs. The officers' rivals also work for the revolution with a high sense of pride and confidence, encouraged by the Supreme Commander, who holds them up as revolutionaries fighting shoulder to shoulder with their husbands. Kim Jong Il showed great trust in the People's Army by giving them the task of undertaking a major front of socialist construction in addition to the mission of national defense. By giving soldiers this honorable task, he encouraged them to carry out this task with their lives and to create a revolutionary spirit of soldiers. The Supreme Commander's firm confidence in the soldiers and the soldiers' trust in him have produced a might of unbreakable unity. Thanks to this, many monumental structures have been erected. These monumental structures for the prosperity of the country substantiate the validity and vitality of army-centered revolutionary leadership.